Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. It is the 27th of January 2025. This is the main news on Camnet TV. The headlines. HH champions solar energy, dismisses rumors of ill health. UNIP suspends president over misuse of funds. Court orders forfeiture of LUSAMBO'S SILVEREST properties. In international news, fighting near Goma escalates as M23 rebels advance. And in sports news, Belgian footballer NAINGGOLAN arrested in cocaine trafficking probe. I will be back with the details shortly after this break.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. Camnet TV is on channel 274 on DSTV, channel 25 on GoTV, and find us on channel 106 on Topstar. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
With the news in detail, my name is Emmanuel Zulu. President Hakainde Hichilema has reiterated his government's commitment to reducing Zambia's resilience on hydroelectric power through increased investment in solar energy. Speaking at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, Zambia Air Force Base in Lusaka, before his departure to Tanzania, President Hichilema revealed that the government has implemented measures to lower the cost of alternative energy sources in a bid to promote the use of renewable energy across the country. The president stated that the 2024 drought has highlighted the need to invest heavily in the energy sector with a goal to completely end load shedding in Zambia. He further expressed confidence in his team's preparedness for the Mission 300 Energy Summit, said to take place in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and emphasized the importance of finding sustainable energy solutions for the African continent. President Hichilema also dismissed recent rumors on social media, claiming he is unwell, stating he is not a ghost.
Already today there's a summit of ministers, and we are taking there our programs, energy mix, coarse hydro, solar, geothermal, others, so that we can say to the rest of Africa, as we mobilize ahead already, today there's a summit of ministers, and we are taking there our programs, energy mix, coarse hydro, solar, geothermal, others, so that we can say to the rest of Africa, as we mobilize capital, very price capital, technology, delivery time shorter, here are the projects in Zambia.
As you head to the summit, Mr. President, just your message of hope to the government to still be, facing the avenues of the
Well, as I said, the issue is to ensure that we take account of climate change. Climate change includes plants, includes drought. When we have a drought and we're dependent on hydro like a system, we need to reduce the dependence on hydro. That's why you are seeing a solar investment. I'm sure you've seen in December in 100 megawatts. It will be online very soon. But also on your rooftop, we would like you to put solar. But we want to organize it in a way that is Zambia-wide, it's Africa-wide. We also lower the cost of bringing in energy alternatives, such as solar, even at the house rooftop. That's why we have reformed the sector to give open access, net metering, independent power producers, independent power traders. Very important. So the message we do in Zambia is that we are on the road to solving this challenge of load shedding. It's an opportunity. I'm saying this to the people of Zambia. This drought is a problem on one hand. On another, it's an opportunity for us to move resources away from wastage into, if you like, investments such as electricity. I think if we work together as a team in unity and focus on the key issues at hand and not digression,
The Economic and Financial Crimes Court in Lusaka has ordered the forfeiture of 4 properties in Silverest Gardens and a Range Rover belonging to former Lusaka Province Minister Bowman Lusambo. The ruling was made by resident magistrate Fides Hamaundu, who determined that the properties were tainted and linked to proceeds of crime. The decision follows an application by the state under the Forfeiture of Proceeds of Crime Act, which allows the seizure of assets connected to illegal activities. Magistrate Hamaundu ruled that the properties in question, including the Range Rover and several houses, were acquired through unlawful means and should be forfeited to the state. Mr. Lusambo is currently serving a 4-year sentence at Mwembeshi Maximum Correctional Facility, was convicted on 9 out of 10 charges, including corruption, tax evasion, and possession of properties acquired through criminal activities. He was also fined 21,000 kwacha for tax evasion, with an additional 9 months in prison if the fine is not paid. Despite this development, Lusambo recently renewed his application for bail, pending the hearing of his appeal, citing his role as a breadwinner and the impact of his incarceration on his family. The United National Independence Party, UNIP, has suspended its president, Henry Muyoba, following accusations of misappropriating 250,000 kwacha provided by the Patriotic Front PF for the 2021 general elections. Announcing the decision in Lusaka, Acting Secretary General Joshua Kaonga stated that Mr. Muyoba's actions breached Article 15, Sub-Article 11 of the party's constitution. Mr. Kaonga emphasized that the Central Committee resolved to take disciplinary measures against him. Backing the suspension, UNIP Chairman for Elections John Sandwe said Mr. Muyoba's conduct undermined the party's integrity and constitutional principles. Details in this report.
On Monday, 27th January 2025, the United National Independence Party, UNIP, held a press briefing to bring to light allegations of misappropriation of funds involving 250,000 kwacha provided by the Patriotic Front PF for the 2021 general elections. The funds were allegedly misused by the party's president, Henry Muyoba, for personal purposes. During the briefing, Acting Secretary General Joshua Kaonga disclosed that in light of this development, the party's Central Committee convened and resolved to suspend Mr. Muyoba from his role as party president.
Which was made by the Central Committee and the Secretariat after communication with the provincial leaders came up on Saturday around 10 hours. Where all leaders of Secretariat and Central Committee were in attendance. And the decision came up with the rights of the member of the United National Independence Party to suspend any erring member of the party for gross misconduct, abuse of office.
It was further alleged that Mr. Muyoba, in his capacity without the blessing of the Central Committee, violated the party's constitution when he began to enforce disciplinary measures against other party members without the knowledge of the Central Committee.
Further, he also went to start firing workers in a company which all of you are going to know, Zambia National Holding Limited. It's a firm company formed by UNIP, which was formed by our grandfathers. Where the president, even I, the Secretary General, acting today, I've got no mandate to fire any worker. He fired the workers. The case was referred to court, and we lost. So as a party, we have got huge task to pay workers. Where the president fired the workers without consultation of the chairman of the company, directors and secretary.
Meanwhile, UNIP Chairman for Elections, John Sandwe, has welcomed the decision to suspend Mr. Muyoba as party president, stating that his actions undermine the principles of the party's constitution.
The point is that we were trying to ensure that we are in peace with him. This is why it has taken too long, not for anything else, but because he was selfish himself, not the party. Himself was selfish. He didn't want to share the money with anybody. So what we have seen of late are suspicions. Even me, I was suspended 3-4 months ago to say, because when we are meeting, when people are asked to contribute, they say no, they should not. I said no. I am in charge of elections. Let anybody be free to debate, to criticize, as long as they criticize properly.
Chanda Mwango for Camnet News in Lusaka.
The ruling United Party for National Development, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda, has condemned the Tonse Alliance for allegedly spreading false claims about the health of President Hakainde Hichilema on various social media pages. Mr. Imenda has urged the Zambia police to investigate and prosecute those behind the fake news, citing the Cybersecurity and Cyber Crimes Act. He wants those allegedly spreading fake news to cease immediately or face the full weight of the law.
I would like to assure the country that President Hakainde is 100% fit. I've been meeting with him in the last 1 week. Apart from yesterday, that's when we did not meet. But I want the people that are concerned, I've been getting information from South Africa, America, and Europe, trying to find out about the health of the president. You can see the danger of rumors, the danger of propaganda, which shamelessly being spread just to embarrass our president. But we want to assure the nation that Hakainde is 100% fit, and for all those prophets of doom who feel by spreading such propaganda it will benefit them, I would like to say they are merely wasting their time. The government is, as you can see, as we were in the air, my colleague here was showing me the dams down through the sea, about the CDF, the dams and schools constructed under CDF. This is what people want to hear, not the propaganda of cheating the Zambian people that their president is sick. So that is very bad. Please let us concentrate on the development of this country.
The opposition Socialist Party has called for the immediate arrest of UPND cadres accused of attacking opposition party camps in Eastern Province during by-elections. Speaking in an interview, Socialist Party National Secretary Stanley Mubasa described the attacks as disheartening, accusing the ruling UPND of resorting to violent tactics. Mr. Mubasa alleged that in Minga Ward, their campaign center was targeted by UPND cadres using a Toyota Canter. He questioned UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda's assertions of peace within the ruling party, labeling the UPND as the aggressor. In response, Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Collins Nzovu, dismissed the claims, stating that the opposition is resorting to violence because it has failed to win citizens' support with its policies.
We wish to register our displeasure with the conduct of the UPND cadres who are using, a Toyota Canter registration number ARP 2017. These are the very thugs that stormed our camp and attempted to, harm us. We had to speed off and leave the camp, and we had to go and hide our vehicle at the village headman's residency. And then, short period of time, we noticed that our colleagues were attacked. They ended up beating a member of the opposition, and they got the UPND regalia and forced this individual to wear it and seem as if their own member had been attacked. As we are speaking right now today, the UPND cadres are terrorizing homes, those homes that are perceived to be headed by members of the opposition. This is not the first time. You may wish to know that the UPND is known for its violence from as far back as 2005 during the Mapatizia formula in 2005. Now again last year, towards the end of last year when we had the by-election in Dirika Ward, I was at the hand of suffering UPND beatings, in Magwero area, border with Malawi. Today again, I can confirm that the same individuals are here pursuing us. We have left our camps, we have run away from the wards, we are now seeking refuge elsewhere as a result of the violence of the UPND. It is also disappointing that UPND Secretary General Patuke Imenda was issuing a statement claiming that the opposition is attacking, the leadership of the UPND and its membership. We wonder what sort of a honorable he is at that level to begin pouring and heaping a lot of lies. We wonder what demons the UPND colleagues suffer from. From the president is so lies. The SG is so lies. Everybody so lies. When will this government man up and speak the truth?
The General Secretary of the Council of Churches in Zambia, Emmanuel Zulu, has called on churches to take a stronger stance against injustice and advocate for stiffer punishments for various vices. Speaking in an interview with Camnet News, Reverend Zulu emphasized the vital role churches play in assisting victims of abuse and other injustices. He urged every church to implement outreach programs that extend beyond their congregations to assess the well-being of people and guide them towards obtaining necessary help when facing abuse. Reverend Zulu further stressed that churches should act as information hubs, raising awareness and advocating for justice in cases of wrongdoing.
To advocate for stiffer punishment. Those are things that I would share as things that the church has done and continues to do. Can we do better? We need more churches. These days, the term church is used to mean so many things. You have people that have enterprises they are calling churches, and so any well-intended church must have programs that deal with people beyond justice and the service. How are these people, faring in terms of life outside the context of the church service on Sunday or Saturday? How can they be equipped to live properly, to take care of themselves in terms of hygiene, to read the red flags, but also to know where help can be obtained in the event that they are in circumstances where they are being abused. And so the church should operate as an information hub. The church should operate as a defender. The church should advocate. The church should raise awareness, and where injustices have taken place.
The Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has confirmed a case of fuel contamination at Suya Service Station on Mosutunya Road in Woodlands, Lusaka. ERB Acting Public Relations Manager Musonda Chibulu disclosed that preliminary investigations revealed the fuel was contaminated with water on Saturday, 25th January 2025 around 19:30 hours. Mr. Chibulu stated that 8 motorists who refueled at the station during that period reported vehicle malfunctions due to the contaminated fuel. The ERB has since directed the station to seize fuel cells while investigations are conducted. Sales will only resume once the fuel is certified to meet the applicable Zambian standards.
The Energy Regulation Board acknowledges receipt of a report of alleged fuel contamination at Surya Service Station located on Mosotunia Road in Woodlands, Lusaka. Our preliminary investigations have revealed that the fuel was contaminated with water on Saturday 25th January 2025 around 19:30 hours. 8 motorists who refueled around the same time reported that their vehicles malfunctioned as a result of the fuel purchased at the station. The ERB, after being notified on Saturday itself, immediately instructed the station to halt selling of fuel as investigations were instituted. The station will only be allowed to resume sales after the investigations are concluded and the product is certified to be compliant to the applicable Zambian standards. The affected motorists have since sought redress with the service station to restore their vehicles to normal working order. That is to say, the condition the vehicles were in before refueling with the water-contaminated fuel at the said station. The ERB would like to urge any other motorists who purchased fuel from the station from the period 1930 hours to 2030 hours on Saturday and have experienced challenges with performance of their vehicles to seek redress with Surya Petroleum Limited. In case of any motorist failing to provide prima facie evidence of having purchased fuel from the station at the stated period, typically production of a purchase receipt, the station has a CCTV system to confirm those who purchased fuel at the station during the affected time. All motorists whose vehicles malfunctioned following purchase of the fuel shall have their vehicles repaired once their complaints are authenticated, either by way of providing a purchase receipt as proof of refueling from the station at the stated time or through verification via the CCTV system.
Economist Emmanuel Zulu has emphasized the need for public sensitization, increased investment in ICT infrastructure, and enhanced cybersecurity measures to tackle fraud in digital platform transactions. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Zulu noted that digital transactions are being adopted globally as a safer and more efficient alternative to carrying hard cash, which is prone to theft. He further explains that relying on digital platforms also reduces the government's expenses on printing money, presenting a cost-effective solution to the economy. Mr. Zulu calls for the urgent need for investments in ICT infrastructure, particularly in rural areas, to ensure inclusivity and accessibility for all citizens.
I think something that is being adopted worldwide, and I think it does, lessen the burden of having to carry hard currency. Hard currency is, exposed to easy theft, and also the deterioration of the currency itself. It's costly for governments to print money, consecutively, printing money. I think we need to see a reduction in the expenses that are incurred with regards to printing money when people can utilize digital platforms. This is also, I think, something that has come with technology, and of course there has to be full utilization of the technology as it is in developed countries. But of course it will call for investments in infrastructure, that is ICT infrastructure, especially in rural areas, and as well as enhancement of cyber security with regards, the fraud that I think contributes greatly to economic growth in time in terms of transacting, and I think that is something that we would like to see.
386 participants from Yeta ward in Mongo district, Western Province, have participated in an entrepreneurship training. Yeta ward area councillor Musheba Nawa has called on the participants to utilize the knowledge acquired well for them to improve their livelihoods. He further said those who acquired money from the Constituency Development Fund have not used it well, as there is no visualized impact of the money they got.
As much as the government strives to improve the living standards of its people by empowering them with financial assistance in form of grants and loans, there is need to train them on how to manage their resources prudently. And in Mongo, 386 participants from Yeta ward in Sofra area have been trained by Virgins and Male Circumcision Empowerment Zambia in an entrepreneurship. Speaking during the certificate handover ceremony, Yeta ward area councillor Musheba Nawa has called on the participants to try the knowledge acquired well for them to improve their livelihood.
This ever mass graduation ceremony which is being held in Yeta ward, to say, Director, I can assure you that this knowledge you have given these people in my ward I have trust and confidence that they are going to utilize it prudently so that in near future they become a better clubs which can stand on their own. It will be your weapon. Wherever you want to go and access funds, they will acquire to say, can you bring your certificate which acknowledges you that you have a knowledge in how to run your own business.
Simon Umbita is Virgin and Male Circumcision Empowerment Zambia Director.
In order to improve the community with knowledge, they can learn and manage their businesses. Looking at government initiative of empowering the community, organizations strive to implement government efforts to give knowledge and skills to cooperatives and clubs and community members in business management. My appeal to the local authority is to empower these community members who have undergone these entrepreneurship training. They are capable of manage their finances. To appeal and to encourage you to work hard as clubs and cooperatives.
Meanwhile, some participants expressed their gratitude and appealed for more support from the government through constituency development funds.
Niswali na mata makule kisatu tomato mane kwetanga masipono kono nensazi bihande makubera mashere nyaka nensazi bihande makusebeseza mashere nyaka mini susweza ahuru basali sinana mutu asika itenga fakuli nani musali hakuna sini kona kuikezeza bati ana asweli na aziba mungu kona kukenzeza bana bakali wakufuma na pepa lwaikupea kubaba asweli katengo kao ka CDF kuli nibona balike katata kuli halu ya kubona kusike kwaba ni mipateho kapa kusike kwaba ni kupalelwa kapa kupaleliswa.
Mseo Kavira, Camnet News, Mungu District, Western Province.
The Zambia Flying Doctors Service, ZFDS, has reviewed 2 newly acquired helicopters with support from the government to enhance emergency health delivery across the country. ZFDS Chief Executive Officer, Dr. George Nguni, described it as a vital lifeline for rural communities by providing critical medical care and transportation. Dr. Nguni noted that the addition of these helicopters will enable ZFDS to respond to medical emergencies more swiftly and efficiently. Meanwhile, Board Chairperson Dr. Rosemary Kumwenda hopes the new helicopters will expand the organization's reach, ensuring timely and effective medical care in even the most remote areas.
Supported us on manpower. The aviation industry is very expensive. When you are employing pilots, for instance, I need to pay a pilot maybe over $2,500. But because of the wonderful MOU we have had with the Zambia Air Force, they've been able to support us as far as the pilots is concerned, and our operations have been running very, very smoothly. Thank you very much, Air Force Commander, sir. We really appreciate to you and your entire team. The contracts were all cleared by the Attorney General. Sir, you are able to see what we cleared for today. Thank you so much. The Minister of Health, the immediate past Minister of Health, and the current Minister of Health, and the PSS, and all the directors at Minister of Health, we are so grateful that you supported us as far as this capitalization is concerned. But the journey began with a visit by the Parliamentary Committee on Health to Flying Doctor Service. They were mandated to review the operations of the Flying Doctor Service. The answer could have gone in any direction. They could have said this thing has to be closed, but they said it has to continue. They did a wonderful report. We are very grateful. Honorable Kalila, with your team, please pass our gratitude. Our board has been excellent. They've given management a free hand to operate. Guest of honor, when we came in 2022, the service did not have a board for over 5 years.
Accessible and quality health care to all Zambians, especially in the most remote corners of this country. I extend our deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema for his visionary leadership and unwavering support.
You're watching the main news on Camnet TV. We now take a set of commercials. I will be back with some international stories as well as sports news. Keep watching.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. Camnet TV is on channel 274 on DSTV, channel 25 on GoTV, and find us on channel 106 on Topstar. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962-642-490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor. From crispy chips to creamy mash, potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palabana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations, develop Africa.
Every Monday to Thursday afternoon, join us for the Lunchtime Cafe. We get to bring to you emerging stories making the headlines, midday news, and we remind you of what political leaders and governance actors said back in the days. In Forgotten Stories, we emphasize to you the importance of eating healthy foods and leading healthy lifestyles on the Nutrition Corner. Get the latest updates in sports and critical interviews. Because we value your contribution to national matters, we accord you an opportunity to share your perspectives during the viewers' reactions. The Camnet TV Lunchtime Cafe is an all-inclusive buffet. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We'll now continue with the news. In international news, fighting continues to escalate in eastern Congo as the military battles M23 rebels near Goma. Army vehicles were seen heading to the front lines on Saturday as the Congolese army praised its troops from the Wazalado armed group for their determination against what they claim are Rwanda-supported rebels. The violence has created a tense atmosphere in Goma, with residents expressing fear and uncertainty. The situation worsened after the M23 rebels captured the town of Sake, located just 27 kilometers from Goma, cutting off one of the last main routes into the city. The conflict has also taken a toll on peacekeepers, with 6 South African UN peacekeepers killed during the clashes. Their abandoned burning armed vehicles near Goma highlights the intensity of the fighting. Here's a roundup of international news.
Army vehicles were seen heading to the front lines outside Goma on Saturday as fighting between the Congolese military and M23 rebels continues. In a statement, the Congolese army praised its soldiers and the Wazalendo armed group for their determination in fighting the M23 rebels. The ongoing fighting, however, has left many residents anxious. We have been hearing bombs for 3 hours. We, the population, are scared and worried because we don't know where to flee to. We ask the government to do everything possible to send soldiers to the lines to see how to drive out the enemy. Meanwhile, 6 UN peacekeepers from South Africa were killed in the fighting, with one of their armed vehicles seen abandoned and on fire on the outskirts of Goma. M23 has made significant territorial gains, encircling the city of Goma, which is a regional hub for security and humanitarian efforts. We are so afraid when we see the numbers of dead and wounded among the military and the Wazalendo coming from the front. We want the government to mobilize the military so that peace can return. The rebels recently captured the town of Sake, just 27 kilometers from Goma, cutting off one of the last main routes into the city. The conflict, now in its second decade, continues to fuel one of the world's largest humanitarian crises. President Donald Trump has suggested that Jordan, Egypt and other Arab countries increase the number of Palestinian refugees they accept, potentially relocating enough and create a fresh start. In a recent Q&A aboard Air Force One, Trump also confirmed the US had lifted the ban on sending large bombs to Israel, which had been imposed under the previous administration to reduce civilian casualties. He defended the move by saying, because they bought them. There was no immediate comment from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office. Trump has offered non-traditional views on the future of Gaza in the past. He suggested after he was inaugurated on Monday that Gaza has really got to be rebuilt in a different way. Meanwhile, Hamas has strongly rejected Trump's proposal to relocate Palestinians, with senior official Bassem Naim stating they will fail such efforts, just as they have with similar plans in the past. Hamas emphasized their commitment to staying in Gaza, expressing confidence that Palestinians can rebuild their homeland with the support of their allies.
They try to find solace in their community centers and churches. In Springfield, in the US state of Ohio, the Haitian community has been living in worry since the new Trump administration took office and started cracking down on immigration.
Intimidated, panicking for the folks in the community, because we are living a very uncertain time for now.
An estimated 12 to 15,000 Haitians live in the Ohio town. Many have fled the gang violence in Haiti and can stay in the US legally thanks to the Temporary Protected Status program. But it is set to expire early in 2026.
I've got a lot of calls. A lot of people are asking me, should we leave Ohio? Should we go elsewhere, or should we come outside of the house at all? What should we expect? Is there any word about ICE being in Ohio? Kind of calls, but I always have the same answer. I tell everybody to stay calm, remain, calm, wait for further instruction.
In the Haitian community, the scenario of deportation has become an ever-present worry. During his campaign last year, President Trump also falsely accused Haitian immigrants in Springfield of eating their neighbors' pet cats and dogs. Faced with an uncertain future and fears of anti-immigrant sentiment, many are now turning to their faith.
I just ask God, hey, protect your people, protect them, because I can do nothing. Only you can do everything you want. So protect them. It was my last prayer in the service to ask God to protect them.
The Interfaith Immigration Coalition, a national interreligious organization, has called on the government to keep welcoming immigrants in line with religious teachings. Yet with the executive orders overhauling large parts of the immigration system signed by Trump, the future remains more uncertain than ever for Haitians in the US.
Belgian footballer Raja NAINGGOLAN, 36, has been arrested as part of an ongoing investigation into cocaine trafficking. NAINGGOLAN was apprehended on Monday morning during a series of police raids across Belgium. His arrest comes just 6 days after signing with Lokeren in the Belgium 2nd Division following his resignation from a previous club. Born in Antwerp, NAINGGOLAN enjoyed a decorated career in football, playing for top Italian clubs Roma and Inter Milan. He also made 30 appearances for the Belgian national team between 2009 and 2018. That's it for our main news this evening. Here's a recap of the stories making headlines. HH champions solar energy dismisses rumors of ill health. UNIP suspends president over misuse of funds. Court orders forfeiture of LUSAMBO'S SILVEREST properties. In international news, fighting near GOMA escalates as M23 rebels advance. And in sports news, Belgian footballer NAINGGOLAN arrested in cocaine trafficking probe. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day coming from the book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. If someone says, I love God and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he has not seen? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Emmanuel Zulu. Good night and God bless you.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. Camnet TV is on channel 274 on DSTV. channel 25 on GoTV, and find us on channel 106 on Topstar. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.